Last month, my mother decided to take part in a cooking competition which was organized by our community club. The competition was held at the club and it started at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. All the competitors had to prepare a main course and a dessert. The theme of the competition was Oriental food, so all the competitors had to cook Eastern cuisines. My mother chose to cook her delicious Sichuan-style seafood stew for the main course and her coconut jelly for dessert. My father, my sister and I helped my mother out by accompanying her to the supermarket to buy the ingredients needed for the dishes. We arrived at the club at about 2:30 p.m. Most of the competitors had arrived. The whole kitchen, which was very big, was crowded with the competitors' relatives, friends and onlookers. The judges arrived at 3:00 p.m. sharp and the competition began. The competitors were also given points for speed, so most of them started to bustle around immediately. We looked anxiously at my mother, but she appeared very calm and organized because she had planned very carefully all her steps. We were not allowed to move around, but the judges moved around quietly observing the competitors. The crowd was quite considerate, they were not too noisy because they did not want to disturb the competitors. The competitor next to my mother looked very hassled and anxious. She appeared to be boiling something on the stove when suddenly she knocked over the whole pot accidentally. The pot fell with a deafening crash to the floor. The crowd gasped. The poor lady was almost in tears, but the judges assured her that they would give her more time to finish her cooking. My mother was a little shocked at first, but she soon got over the commotion and continued cooking. About 15 minutes later, one competitor had finished her dish. My mother was the third competitor to finish cooking. In 45 minutes, almost everyone was putting the finishing touches, even the lady who had knocked over the pot. Soon it was tasting time, and there was a buzz of excitement in the air. The judges took about 20 minutes to taste the food and another 10 minutes to confer on the results. We cheered loudly when the results were announced because my mother had won the second prize of restaurant vouchers worth $500. We were extremely thrilled. I was a little disappointed because we did not get to taste the other competitors' food, but we could bring home my mother's dishes. My mother joked that she would not be cooking for the next few weeks as we would be using up our restaurant vouchers to eat at the various restaurants. That was exactly what we did.